so that's the road up there. Just come down through the trees. And it looks like a pretty obvious track down the way here. Oh, there's even some little steps cut into the side of the hills. The rocks come round this corner here. It's almost, well, if you look at the fence there, it's pretty much a right angle corner, isn't it? And it's certainly not surprising that you can't see the rock from the aerial map, because it's pretty much underneath. So the access tracks just through there, 20 or 30 metres, and presumably the climb goes around here quite a bit. It's underfoot's alright, but when it gets wet it's pretty slippery. As you can see, the access is a little bit more limited there compared to this big area here. Because I tell you, even these little slopes, it's really hard to get all you get is sit still. It's all rolling off down the hill. It's actually quite annoying. The question is, how much further does it go round? Oh, yeah. There's quite a bit more face in here. There's another nice little flat area in here. There's climb TD. It looks like a bugger of a climb if that's where it is. Going up there to that block. There. Right. Look at this though. Look at these blocks down here and there. Come off the wall? I think so. I mean, but look at this. I can stand up. Look at the tree root there. It's no wonder this block's falling out of it. So, how much further do we go? Down this way. Oh. Oops. Certainly not the path not anywhere near as well used along here. In fact, you kind of have to think that that was already the end of it there. There's no more climbs that I can see marked along here. Right hand end or east facing end of Spur Rd. That's your 15 metres going up. Yeah, it's nice rock to climb on. It is quite dirty and certainly be no good in wind, or if it was damp, you just don't bother. The site's too compromised for that with these trees here and just the nature of the rock. It's just because it's so dirty, it would just go to slime I think once it got damp. Right, so that's the climbing done for the day. Just going to retrieve my top rope and drop it down and then come back down and pick everything up. I was just hoping to catch the sound bite of the stag roaring. They've been roaring all afternoon. It's just so cool. Got no idea where they are, somewhere down the valley there. But, of course, as soon as I turn the camera on, get nothing. So the track up here is quite slippery. And I don't know when it last rained here. Oh, I suppose it rained yesterday, didn't it? Day before or something. She's pretty greasy. But, more likely to do yourself an injury coming up here than climbing on the rock, I think. So that's my overview of Spur Rd. Road access to the start of the track is pretty straightforward. Just make sure you've got a map or a GPS, because you're kind of on the back roads here a bit. The fence crossings marked with a chunk of padding, so it makes it pretty clear where the track begins. There's a little oak plantation there which is quite nice. Once you get in along the track, it gets pretty slippery once it's wet, so take care not to do an ankle before you start climbing. At the rock face, there's only the one entrance to walk onto the base, but wrapping in from the top is pretty easy. Wear a helmet here everywhere you go, because there's just too many trees and too much stuff that could really put a hole in your day. The base of the platform is pretty narrow and slopes quite heavily in most places, so you'll lose your drink bottle if you're not organised. Getting past other climbers is an issue once there's a few about. It's a bit of a squeeze, so try and keep your gear all snugged up in one place. There are a huge number of climbs along the Spur Road face, but by the time you get about halfway around, things are pretty sketchy and not really worth bothering with. The rock is quite dirty, and I wouldn't bother climbing here in the wet, and certainly not in windy conditions. There are hangers on some of the climbs, and certainly some opportunities for natural pro, but setting a top rope or a top anchor is by far and away the easiest approach, I reckon. Access is banned for the lambing season, that's September, October. So finally, climbing here for climbing's sake, I think it works, but somehow Spur Road, it just lacks the je ne sais quoi that I like to have in my favourite climbs.